Welcome to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, your trusted source for expert guidance on aging safely and independently. Whether you're a caregiver, a family member, or a senior looking to stay secure at home and beyond, we've got you covered. From fall prevention and home modifications to financial safety and scam awareness, we provide practical tips to help you or your loved ones live with confidence. Tune in and empower yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate the challenges of aging. Let's make safety simple.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. I'm your host, Esther Kane. Today we're going to be talking about a subject that I am very passionate about, and I think a very important topic for older adults and their families. Today we're going to be talking about technology for seniors. I'm going to go over some gadgets and some apps, all of these things with the purpose of simplifying daily life, making things not only easier, but safer as well. I mean, we all know that technology has come a long way. You know, my sister and I were just talking about how in our lifetime, TV has gone from, we've seen the process of television from black and white to color, to now we have FaceTime, and we went from cassette tapes to streaming to, it's just incredible the type of technology and how fast it's changed, and how much faster it continues to change, especially with AI, artificial intelligence, on everybody's lips these days. All right. So whether you're looking to stay connected with your family, or to manage your health, or to enhance home safety or your own personal safety, to improve your home for aging in place, I promise you there's a tech solution out there for you. So let's go over some of the most amazing things that I think are available these days. All right. First, I want to let you know that I think, and I hope you think too, that the importance of technology and the issue of embracing it is so very important these days. I know many older adults are hesitant about using technology, and whenever something new comes around, it's like, you get the eye roll and, oh my God, here we go again. Now I have to learn something new. And that's true. There is always a learning curve with a lot of things. But if you wait too long, the learning curve for the new thing is much harder than if you just learn a little bit each time as it goes along. That's very true for cell phones. If you go from an old model and you wait 7-10 years to get to a new model, the new model is so foreign to you, the learning curve is more difficult. But if you changed it every 2 years, it shouldn't be that difficult. Of course, I know that costs more. That's the other issue as well. But anyway, with just a little learning and practice, technology can really help you to make life easier, safer, not only with daily tasks, but all kinds of things. Everything from, planning vacations to dealing with taxes, everything. There's so many factors in life that technology touches nowadays, especially when it comes to bigger items like vehicles, cars. The automatic driverless cars are on the horizon. I think in the next 10-20 years, they'll be more commonplace certainly than they are now. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But anyway, let's talk about some of the gadgets that I think are must-have gadgets for older adults. I know I use these gadgets every day, just about, almost all these gadgets. All right. First are smartphones and tablets. Whether you have an iPhone or an Android smartphone, or whether you just prefer to use an iPad, these products allow you to stay connected with your family, to stay connected with friends, to create new virtual friends, via Facebook or Substack or Reddit or TikTok or Instagram or even Pinterest. All of these can help you to stay connected one way or the other. It allows you to have video chats and text messages. It provides access for apps for your health, for safety, for entertainment, games and movies and so much more. It's amazing to think that the technology in our smartphones these days is more than the technology that was on the first spaceship to send, men up to the stars. It's incredible. All right. So smartphones and tablets, I think, are extremely important, and I am not. I would think that the percentage of people that don't have that is very small at this point. Medical alert systems, I think, are extremely important. Wearable devices, like Life Alert or Mobile Help or any of the dozens and dozens of medical alert devices. But also, don't forget the fall detection devices like on smartwatches like the Apple Watch. There are wearable devices nowadays, and I think they're creating more and more that don't look like a medical alert device. One of these devices is Invisiwear. You can wear it as a necklace, as a bracelet. It looks like a piece of jewelry almost, and it's not a medical alert device, but it is an alert device that you can use to contact someone if you need some help. Obviously, you put people on that list and it will contact them. Other devices like smart home devices can also be used as a medical alert device. I'm talking about like the Amazon Echo Show, Amazon's Alexa, Google Nest devices. Those are voice assistants that can do everything from set reminders. They can answer your questions, play music. They can control smart home features like lighting, thermostats, your appliances, your outdoor cameras. And also, they can be used as a telephone as well. If you have the Echo Show, that can also be used as a video chat tool in addition to. So if you were to fall, you didn't have your phone with you, you didn't have a medical alert, but you had an Alexa or Google Home device, you could use your voice to call for help, to call someone. So I think those are such an amazing tool. I recommend everyone have one in every room. That's my own personal thought. Let's talk a little bit more about the Amazon Echo Show. It's one of the most versatile home smart devices available today, I think. This device takes smart technology to a whole nother level with its built-in screen, making it perfect for video calls, displaying reminders, and even showing news and weather updates. For families and older adults, the Echo Show is an excellent way to stay connected. It has a wonderful feature called the drop-in feature, and with that, loved ones can check in visually without requiring the other person on the other Echo Show to answer a phone call. So the device can also display medication reminders, play music, function as a digital photo frame. If you or a loved one are looking for a simple yet powerful tool for daily convenience and safety, I recommend the Amazon Echo Show. It's a fantastic choice. Be sure to check the show notes for a link to learn more and get your very own Amazon Echo Show. I just bought the 15-inch monitor to hang on the wall in my kitchen, and with that I can even go on YouTube and watch movies from Amazon's Prime. I can't say enough about Amazon's Alexa and Echo Show. All right, another gadget is the automatic pill dispensers. These are devices like MedMinder and Hero, and there's so many others. They can help seniors manage medications by dispensing, correct doses at the right time, sending reminders. And I don't know about you, but I take certain medication in the morning, and have been a few days where I've opened up the medication reminder to realize, uh-oh, I forgot to take my med in the morning. So having a reminder is an excellent product. And of course, you can even set it up so that it sets the reminder to your watch or to your phone. Wearable fitness trackers like Fitbit and Apple Watch, they can track steps, your heart rate. They even, can detect falls, especially the Apple Watch has an excellent fall detection device. And it helps seniors obviously to stay active and monitor your health. And it helps family members to stay connected and monitor older adults, especially if they are at a fall risk. And GPS trackers, I can't get around without my GPS. It's great for anyone that has, direction issues like myself. I get lost going around the block. So a GPS tracker is an excellent tool to have. A lot of us can use the apps on our phones to do that, but there are independent GPS trackers that you can put in your car. And it allows you to get around safely, and some of them have a monitor so that family members can monitor where you are if you get in your car and for whatever reason get lost or unable to contact them for any other reason. I think it's so important to have some kind of device on us as we get older that allows others to track us in some way. I know that sounds creepy and weird and odd, but it's a safety measure at this point, and I think it's extremely important. But of course, you can judge how far you're willing to go to stay safe. All right. The next thing I want to talk about in technology are the helpful apps for seniors. There's so many wonderful ones. There's Zoom there, for the video chats. There's FaceTime, which is also video chats on iPhones. There's WhatsApp. If you happen to not have an iPhone, if you have an Android, you can use the WhatsApp app to stay in touch and have video chats with your family and friends. It's easier than ever, and it costs nothing. It's because it's all going through the data on your phone or of course Wi-Fi. And there's health and wellness apps, which I expect that in the future there will be more and more of those. But right now you can look at some like MyChart and MediSafe. You can even contact your own health insurance provider and see if they happen to have one. And it helps to keep track with doctor's appointments, your medication schedules, health information. It's all there in that one app. Entertainment and learning apps, everything from audiobooks, ebooks, like Kindle, YouTube for instructional entertainment videos, keeping everyone engaged and entertained. I think a lot of people now are using Instagram also for those purposes, and a little bit of TikTok as well, although I think that's really more of a younger generation. Not sure. Let me know what you think. Transportation and delivery apps. I have a very difficult time driving in the evening, so if I have to go anywhere in the evening, or I know that I'll be returning in the evening, I always use Uber or Lyft, to get to places. I also use Instacart to have groceries delivered, and this allows anyone who may have these issues, these problems with driving, with getting out, to have things brought to them and to have the kind of help that they need to get out and do things. If I didn't have Uber and Lyft, there would be a lot fewer events that I would be attending. Of course, my friends can come pick me up and take me also, but I don't want to be, constantly asking them for that, and it's not always on their way. So Uber and Lyft are a wonderful choice. All right. Games. Games can be wonderful for entertainment, for relaxing. also for cognitive stimulation, word games, puzzle games, anything where you have to think. I love the action games. I have to put those away sometimes, uninstall them from my phone and my computer because I get so involved in them. But I love the action games because it's a puzzle. You have to try to figure out how to get, the key to unlock the case in order to get the sword to kill the monster. It sounds like a silly game, but at the same time, you're being forced to think outside of what you normally think. And activities like these is not only entertaining, it's essential for cognitive health. Just like muscles weaken without exercise, your brain also needs regular stimulation to stay strong. And that means challenging it with something new, something you haven't done before. Without mental challenges, cognitive decline can set in, making it harder to think, harder to remember, harder to process information. So in short, if you don't use it, you lose it. So keeping your brain active through games and puzzles can help to maintain sharpness and even help to delay cognitive decline. One of the games that are the type of games that I love to work on are the action games. And they may sound silly, you're going out to kill a monster, but having to figure out, where to find the key in order to open the box, in order to get the sword so that you can kill the monster and move on to the next stage of the game. Like I said, it may sound silly, but you are challenging yourself to do something you haven't done before. And that's what I mean by a cognitive challenge, learning something that you haven't learned before or using a new skill that you haven't done before. All right, so another app, the last app I want to talk about, are home safety and security apps. Ring and Nest, those products provide home security features that allow anyone in the home to monitor homes remotely. You can get on your phone and you can see who's at the front door without having to go to it, open it, and potentially expose yourself to something insecure. You can even put these types of things out in your garage to see if anybody's coming in, especially if the garage is in the back of the house or in a dark area of your property. These are excellent, excellent tools. And I also want you to know that Alexa has also security features in it as well. There's a feature, and I forget what it's called, but it can detect the sound of glass breaking. The idea is if someone were to break into your house via a glass window, it would detect that and sound off an alarm. And then there's other safety features that Alexa has as well. And I will have a link in the show notes to some of the articles that we've written on seniorsafetyadvice.com about all the wonderful things that Alexa can do to help older adults and families and pretty much anyone who owns an Alexa. I do want to talk about, overcoming hesitations about these tech devices. For those of you who feel intimidated by technology, and I have to tell you, I don't think anyone doesn't feel intimidated by them because it's constantly changing. The key is really to start small. Consider taking basic tech classes or having your niece, your grandson, your friends' children, I don't know, come work with you to show you how to use an app or how to set up a automatic lighting system or anything at all. Many community centers and libraries also offer free tech training. The more that you use it, the best thing that I can tell you is definitely to use them. Use them every day. And the more you do that, the more comfortable you'll become. I think it's so important these days, and especially YouTube. Go on YouTube and ask for, I don't know how to set up this smart device to make my my bedroom lamp turn on and off at certain times. And you will find a lot of videos by everyday people putting out how-to videos on so many different products. So I encourage you to do that. And it's so much easier, I think, to see it and how they do it. The problem with some of the YouTube videos is that they're using like maybe an older version of a product. So if you have a new version, you may not find a YouTube video for that particular exact model. So that's why I think it's always a good idea to have a few people, in your Rolodex to contact to say, hey, can you come over at some point and show me, this, and, buy them a pizza or dinner or lunch or whatever, and they'll be more than happy to show you how to use. They can geek out with you. So there's no doubt that technology is here that it can make life easier. Of course, it can make it safer, and it can make it more enjoyable. So whether it's staying in touch with loved ones or managing your health, I think one of the wonderful things that COVID has done, COVID was definitely not wonderful, but it did bring about the importance of telehealth. I think it made it less frightening for a lot of people. And telehealth, I think, is such a wonderful, wonderful tool. And it's just another great way that technology is advancing our lives, making our lives easier and safer. So the right gadgets, the right apps can really make a world of difference and help to keep you living in your home longer, safer, and easier. So give some of these tools a try and see how they can benefit you and your family. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Senior Safety Advice podcast today. If you found the episode helpful, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend. Visit our website at seniorsafetyadvice.com for more tips and resources. And until next time, stay safe and keep on thriving. Take care.
That's it for today's episode of the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, helping you and your loved ones stay safe, independent, and informed. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe and share it with others who could benefit. For more expert tips and resources, visit seniorsafetyadvice.com. And remember, staying safe starts with staying informed. Until next time, take care and stay safe.